ACST Southern Conference A match. We're down to the last two matches of the season for Duncan MacDougall on your right against Charles Collins. Charlie, he's advanced to the he's matured to a Charles lately, and he's been holding first place by 6 games over Mike Nardone, trying to stay out of the wild card hunt. But anyway, if it were to end today, he'd be up against number 4. Gentlemen, start your engines. It's actually a home match for Charlie, but he's elected to go first. I'm with Kevin Burns. Kevin, why don't you tell us about the ACST format? 5 games.
It's a 5-game format, from what I know. It's all points. There's no money involved.
Well, until the end of the season.
Until the end of the year, but
2 points apiece for each game and 4 points for total pins. Yep. So 14 points are on the line. Collins will be going first on, I believe it's lane 15. He's setting up on lane 15.
They're going on lanes 15 and 16 here at Millis.
Yep. Charlie sets up over toward the 6 pin for his beginning, and then moves left and blasts home a little bit right of the object. He's got 1, 2, and 8 on the left, 6 and 10 on the right. Charlie's going to bowl 5 boxes, and how about that? A spare.
What a start! What a start! What a start!
Collins carrying a 120 average this season. Through, see, it was 121 and 75. A lot of those are total points, but yeah. I think he's into 14 5-string games. Right side of the head pin, a 7 fill, 17 through 1.
I believe so. 7, 8, 10. Word on the deck. This does go if you hit it right.
Oh. I think he was aiming for the tail on that, trying to get it to skip over and have the ball jump right. Now he's probably, yep, it wasn't there.
It wasn't. I mean, it's a good out. I mean, that's a tough lead. It would be 26 after 2.
He's got to clear a piece of wood up in the channel.
Bob, it's 26 after 2, not 27.
You had a 9 there? Yep, that's right.
Oh yeah! Charlie punches right through it.
That is the 1-5. That's the bullseye within the bullseye. Spread eagle at least takes out the 8 and 9. That one is just 2 pins.
This is. I was going to say, if you're going to shoot at an eagle with 2 pins in the back, all you can do is pray and pray.
Oh, good out though.
Real good out.
If that one falls, no, it won't.
Wow.
And once the sweeper comes down and touches the floor, it stands, even if it was going to wobble and fall. That was a 6. Tough 6, 32. In the third. Collins made a nice spare in the first. Back on the head pin. After 2 splits in a row, I think that's a 3rd, Kevin.
Yes, it is.
Looks like the 3 and 4, right?
I think it is.
Oh,
just right. Now, Bob, weren't you supposed to work with Drew Steele tonight?
Yeah, Drew's ill. Drew called in, said he's not going to be able to make any of his matches this week. He's a lot of fun. Charlie throwing 41 miles an hour through the goalpost there. He's at 40.
Well, Bob, I was nice enough to reach out to you and said that I will be here tonight.
No, it really helps. I'm trying to run the scoreboard, and I can broadcast into the scoreboard. I can also make a big mistake at. I can also lose track of things pretty easily.
That we all know.
Speaking of which, we'd like to check on the audio if it and see how our match is going.
Yep, so I'll go do that.
Nice 8 drop though.
Release at 610. Gone.
There it is. 2 spares on the opening side for Charlie Collins.
He's at a 50 plus a ball.
Excuse me, Charles Collins. No.
50 plus a ball at the 5. All right, Duncan's going to play the gutter real quick.
Put your announce for a while, and I'll check on the sound for you. Okay?
That sounds good. All right, Duncan is approaching the line.
Okay, sound check is good.
You know, this is actually the first time I don't have to do this sound check.
Well, you can check to see who's joined us on Candlepin Bowling Network. We're live on Candlepin Bowling Network and Atlantic Candlepin Single Store, and right behind us is Duncan. Makes good on the spare. He had the Lambda lead, the side saddle triangle +1.
I know you have Terminator as your emoji, but strawberry beer. We'll get back to you on that. I'm not going to
What a fill.
Duncan obliterated his career high
What a fill.
last week with a 690 score in a. It was the final week of league play last Wednesday for the Millis crew, and there he goes. 8 on the fill.
2 in a row. Well, a lot of people may not know that the bowling season is like fall to early spring.
Yeah, typically
So,
35 or 36 weeks. Then they call it the fall season, but you're still going in the end, almost by summer. How about that?
Now, Bob, I'm not bowling at all this summer, but I am going to be around to do what I do. I help out with Candlepins for Cancer and all that stuff.
There it is.
3 in a row.
3 marks in a row. 47 in a ball through 3. Duncan probably doesn't want me to mention, but he bowled at Union Street last night in the season ender through a 5-10, which is actually pretty good at Union. But he's been all season, people that bowl both at Union, and Duncan's on my team there. They've been finding their averages. Duncan's average here is 5. Here is 112. Union Street, it's 9 pins lower.
Yeah.
The house has never been cleaner, and here in Ryan's.
Six on the spare.
Yep.
3 on the second, so he's has a 50.
That's a 10.
He has a 63 at the 4. Drew, if you're hearing this, we hope you get better, and we hope you join the booth again soon.
Oh, quarter Worcester.
Okay, I have my opinions on the quarter Worcester, but I'm going to keep it G, so I'm not even going to say it.
It's a miracle of physics in a small ball, but he wasn't in a fill. It doesn't really hurt him, other than that he will be open in the 5th. 71. With the 8 there. Great start. Starts with 3 spares in a row.
He's up by 21 for the first half.
Minus the ball coming up next. Duncan's adjusted his throw recently. He's added a lot more spin to it.
Hey, Bama, what's up? Hey, Jeff, where the line goes, you. I was going to say Jeff.
Charlie just off camera. You see it way over to the right.
Charlie leads the 1 the 2, the 7, and the 10. Essentially, it's the high-low jack with an extra pin.
6 on the fill.
And that ball was at 42 miles per hour. Almost made it.
Yeah.
Almost made it. We would like to thank everybody that is watching the live stream. You can follow us on Candlepin Bowl Network, the Atlantic, the ACST, and also on Candlepin Chat if you put it out there as well.
Now, Kevin, you're an administrator at Candlepin Chat. We have over 2,500 members on Candlepin Chat.
I don't know because I've been, well, Bob, you know I'm busy with my job and my leads and stuff like that, so I don't run the chat like I used to, but
it kind of runs itself sometimes.
Yeah.
I do step in and do some of the administrative functions. It's typically 1,500 visitors a day.
oh yeah,
They
it's
click
very,
on and engage with the posts.
it's very, very popular, but we're trying to keep it Candlepin, and it's not that I don't welcome 10-pin bowls, or more than welcome, I'm joining, just to learn what Candlepin is like.
That's where you have to go if you want to pick up information. 7 for Collins in the 7th, 73. He's 3 above his box. Good news is he just passed Duncan. Bad news is he's bowled two more boxes.
Yeah.
Collins will be both of these bowlers will be bowling 2 matches tonight.
And he has just 6.
Ouch.
I think that piece of wood is good.
Yeah.
I'll take a look if you want.
I think it's good, but I could be wrong.
Steve, you want to take a look?
They have a new rule. I mean, they've decided that they only want employees going back under the hood. The hoods they are automatic, and they will come down, and they come down with some significant force. So they've been asking us not to go and fix our own wood when it's standing out there. That one was over the line. Steve Reno puts it back in the pit. Now we have to hit a couple buttons so that the automatic scorekeeper is back on. Scores are now enabled. He's looking at a side saddle triangle plus 10.
You almost want to go in between, just miss the object, but right idea.
Right now the scoring is off.
Oh, what again?
It's a great 10. We're gonna have to make a change on that and remove a frame. Charlie, there's a scoring error we have to fix.
Charlie punches out a half Worcester.
Yep. Yep.
All right, we're going to have a little technical delay. Bob Lee is fixing the scoreboard.
Big break.
What happened was he 6-2 was a 10.
Oh, you sure?
Yep.
Oh, I screwed that up. That's my bad.
Yep, it's okay. No, it caught the thing when Steve went back.
Oh, I apologize.
So now we're gonna do our right scoring one. This into a 4. Yeah. And now you're starting the 9th box over again, Charlie.
All right, we are back in action. We're starting the 9th box over, and I think Charlie's going to be happy with that because he did punch that half Worcester.
Right.
And we're going to fix our scoreboard to have it to be 83.
Yeah, he's not happy with the 4 splits so far, but how about that? It did initially say strike. How about that, Charlie? Fortunes turn just like that in the game.
All right, so
Everyone knows if you're working with automatic scores and automatic sweepers, that can happen.
he's on his 9th box.
I'm sorry, he's in his 9th, that's right. right, Charlie, who has 2 triple strikes in the Friday Night Pro League this year. He's going to get a double share of the proceeds from that one.
He bowls with Sunnyside, with Frank DeLuca, Norcross.
Oh, this one's not dope. Okay. Yeah. All right, 9 on the fill though.
Charlie's
92.
like, I wish that went.
Yeah, he was.
He's
Charlie
at
moved up to anchor for a little while in the middle of the season. Josh Daly and he been swapping off there.
He's out of 111 for the first string.
Okay. While I was fixing the scores up there, I lost track of the scores on the board, my own board. Here's Duncan who threw a 71 half. 1 in the ocean. On the right side of the map, that would be the Atlantic Ocean. So he's 21 over his box. He basically needs to throw a 40 to tie, 41 to win. Two points on the line for each game. All right. Finds the left-hand pocket Finn.
It was a cluster of 5.
Duncan, a newcomer to the game, just started, pretty big there. Picked the game up in earnest this September. Obviously, he's about 6'3" and has some pitching experience that really helps in the game. And he practices as much as anybody in the game.
There's only one person I can think of that practices more than Duncan.
Who's that?
Aaron Habadell.
Ah.
Not to happen, but he
Aaron
was for.
Okay.
I used to work with him at Mason's,
That's
and
right,
whenever I would walk into Mason's, he would be throwing balls. It was like normal.
All right, so he can get away. He can get away with a couple more 8s, but he'd rather. Right, now he's got some work to do.
I was reading the comments. Somebody said that work is overrated.
Work is overrated?
Yeah.
Practice, you mean?
No, like working in general.
Oh. All right, 4 pins taken out of the right side plus the 7 pin on the left. Okay.
Threw
Right,
that
here's
one
a big
away.
ball. Here's a big ball.
Threw that one away. This is what I tell people. If you have a bad box, don't worry about it. Slow it down.
All right, that's a 5. Okay. Here's the situation. He's at 101 through 9. He needs a 10 to tie. A spare or a strike to win.
Well, Mark is going to win it regardless, but he's a young bowler. He has a good head on his shoulders. And he leaves
That's a
his
break.
field.
It should be a break anyway.
It is his field lead.
All right,
That's all
laid
set
up
up.
nice.
That's all set up perfectly.
1, 2, 7. Here it goes, and he's on it. Oh no, he just missed
Oh,
the
he
1.
missed.
All right, now he needs this one to tie. Last ball.
Now, it's a point of piece that they tied, right, Bob?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And the head pin goes in it. It's a tie in the first.
A point apiece.
Yeah.
So after 1, yeah, after
111, 111. You know, 111 is kind of a notorious score in this game, right? I think when the pros used to average 120,
In the
you got a
old-
111 had to buy a drink for the team.
in the old WCBC, you have to average 112 just to go in.
Yep. We're good.
All right, Charles is starting to hit the second string. I'm Kevin Burns along with Bob Lee. We are live from Millis.
Good backside, Charlie. He had that big strike, and remember the strike was on
The strike was-
after a half Worcester. I mean, he still had room for the strike.
Yeah.
But that would have been the 10th box instead of the 9th, maybe. I don't know. He still would have filled it with 9. I don't know. Tough to say. Fates were at play there. A lot of guys have talked about. I mean, this house only has 22 lanes. You need 24 to host the World. So, it's really kind of out of the question that Ryan's would host the Worlds. 8 in the first box for Collins. But even if they did, they'd have to do something about the automatic scoring. You'll get those sweepers that come in if the lasers think that the pin's missing, either because they're off or because you have a sliding pin. It resets. That happened in my match against Glenn Gill earlier. He had a 9-drop of wood in front of it, but the wood pushed the pin down, and the sweeper came down. Thought he had a strike.
I remember right before Easter, you threw a 157. If I remember.
Yeah, it was in that game. Yeah.
It was in that game when that happened. I was like, that should have happened.
Yeah, and you just tough bid on that. He had the 4 and 2, got 4 plus 1. The 7 pins still standing in the second box. Charlie for a 10. Yeah, so you really that was in the
that's
channel.
a 9.
That's 17. You really don't want with $2,000 on the line.
You really don't want to
having the sweeper come down and clear things out.
Now, Bob, here's an interesting question. There's a guy who's watching named Ben. He wants to know if there's almost. He wants to know if there's any tournaments coming up around July 7th through the 9th, because he's making a trip up here to New England.
I know there is something, but I believe it's the new tournament, the new Atlantic Amateur Bowlers Tour. That's a spare to Collins. 27 and a ball through 3. We can ask.
We can always ask him.
Kate, no, behind us. Kate is the commissioner of that league this year. The league that she and Matt Nichols founded last week. I believe they have something come up on July 9th.
The first stop is at Lena that I know.
Okay.
I was looking into it, but I'm thinking of something.
Oh, what a blast!
Spare on strike.
How about strike on spare?
Okay.
Give him 10 on that fill, 10 in the fourth box, and we'll add a little
another
triangle
little
to the bottom.
Another little smudge.
There we go. Going for 2. He's got it. A double for Collins. Welcome back, Charlie. He'll sit down with a double strike, and we'll call it 67 plus balls coming up. And just like that, Collins shows why he is one of the hottest young guns in the game. Duncan trying to make his bid now. Like I said, he threw in the upper 600s. I want to say 690.
And the silver, I'll have to have him.
Last
okay,
week.
this is a funky wood.
All right, it's okay. He's got double wood there.
I don't like the wood in the back. The wood in the back is going to hurt him. I'm going.
Needs to send him. Let's see if it goes. He did. He sent it, and the wood kind of caught up against the, what was that, the 4-pin there?
Yeah, that's why I didn't like the wood, because it wasn't gonna. It killed the shot because.
10.
Now, if he played the shot the way he just did, he probably would have had the spare.
Just realized that Duncan's wearing all red. I'm gonna change his score. Coordinate with the color. Both bowlers wearing maroon and red. We'll give Duncan, the home bowler, the tiger colors. All right, 4 and 2. Some plays like a half Worcester.
Now it's a clear minus one of the pins.
going for the 2. He gets the 2 and touches a third, but it stands. 18 through 2. Charlie Collins, a big strikes in the 4th and 5th, on top of a spare in the 3rd. All right, that's a baby split. Baby splits are when they with the 2 or the 3 in the corner pin. This one's the 3 and the 10. And they go a little bit easier on the inside. It's hard to aim for half a pin. You really.
It's either the whole pin or
you just hope that you hit it either enough on the right that the ball carries the corner, or that the pin shoots over there somehow. It's a good 10. 3 objects for 10. This is when.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Laid that one.
That's not a bad
down
lead.
A little bit left.
That's not a bad lead.
Yeah. 136. He's going about a 51% rate for pro bowlers. Like that.
That's right. Now, for our viewers that may not know, you and I do bowl together on the Easter Classic.
Mm-hmm.
And
3 years running, Kev.
And I have to say, every year I bowl with you, I get better. I don't know why. I just feel like I get better. But this year was different. I was coming off the knee surgery, and I wanted to see.
I do seem to bring out the best in my opponents too.
That you do.
I have a fairly high average this year, 109 in the ACST, but I have a losing record. 2 guys have had their high scores against me. 7 in the fill though, 45. He'll be open in the 5th.
But I do want to say one thing though. When you find somebody that's really, really into the game like I am, and you bowl with them in a tournament like that, it really boosts up your morale, and it gives you more confidence. And here's Charles with the working on a double strike.
All right, so at the moment he's at 67. This will be the 3rd ball, the 3rd fill ball on his strike in the 4th. How about that? Almost a triple! Almost!
Come on!
And Charlie is like
a 29 in the 4th. So we'll put that up there, 76. Now he's working on the 3rd fill ball.
Actually, it was
in
at
the
66. 66
yeah,
in the 4th.
but then he has a strike. So
Okay.
I know 9 in the 2nd one. So give him 85. Should be 85 through 5.
85 half. He has a 30-pin lead at the moment. And it's a 9.
All right.
And that's going to be a 94.
And a 10. So he's 95.
94.
94? Oh, yeah, because he didn't have a 10. He had all right, 94. All right. We've seen 3 games. Three games here on Wednesday nights over 180 this year.
I've seen a lot of big scores this year. I was at the Legends match between Baker and Sarge. Those were some big scores. I was there for Osa and Pierre Flynn.
Oh, chopped that. Osa and yep. Those are legends of the game.
Oh yeah, completely.
But we, starting off at the Worlds with Tim Douglas' 194. That's the highest match we've caught on camera here at Canada Bowling Network. 10 in the 7th. 104.
You were working with Paul Grant that whole entire week.
That's right.
I came in, did a match all by myself Friday night.
Nice.
But I don't think our viewers know when I made my broadcasting debut. I was at the Miss Worlds last year, recovering from surgery. And what match did I cover? The rematch between Tommy Osa and Craig Holbrook.
That's right. We had our booth set up. The television lane was down on the left side there at Academy. Academy, right?
It was at Academy.
And they were over in the crowd, and I had an iPad, and I was like, who can do this one? And there you were with Anthony Karen, right?
Yeah, yep. And since then, I had stopped.
Oh, there's a pretty bit at 10, but...
And Bob, since then, I had stopped. I've been part of the broadcast since then, and normally I work with Greg, and Greg and I covered a couple Pro Series. We did the Miss Rolls together. So it's a blast. I have fun doing this.
Well, it's critical. We need to hear the voices of bowlers. Part of the network, the purpose is not just to have some random sportscaster come in, but to have people to really understand the game, or played it all their lives.
And also the other good thing
the
is
spare. Oh, he got it! Uses the right-hand sidewall. Got the two-pinner in the front. Ball often will bounce left, but his ball shot straight through, but the pins did the work for him. 123 in a ball.
I do want to mention here at Ryan's Family and Millis, the lanes are synthetic, so the ball slides a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
They're like a 10-pin style lane.
That's right. 5 on the fill in the 9th, so 128.
It's always been on fire all year. I remember that match at Woburn. I was helping out at the Friday night with the Friday Night Pro League. He was on fire.
And that's a 10, so 138 for Collins. Duncan just needs a 83 to keep pace.
It can be done.
Yeah. Well, Charlie just threw an 85 for the first half, so. Atlantic ball.
Are you sure that's the Atlantic, not the
There you go.
Pacific?
You're looking at the United States. The Atlantic's on the right, and the Pacific's on the left. Or the Maritimes of Canada.
That works too.
Very little candlepin bowling on the West Coast, of course. If any, ever.
There's a couple that I know.
Hey, there's a rumor that there's a plan to build or to convert one of the lanes at the Villages in Florida, the retirement community, into a candlepin house, because so many people are coming down from New England and they're like, hey, I want to bowl. It's like, oh, this kind? Oh, really?
Well, Dave used to give 10-pin a bad name. He used to call it phony baloney 10-pin.
Well, it's fun enough, but I mean, it's a different game. It's a different game. It's not the same throwing. It's a totally different throwing motion, really.
I've done 10-pin before. It's all about the oil patterns. If you don't understand the oil patterns, you're not going to do well.
8 in the 7th for MacDougall, 72.
Now, I have to ask you this. Of all the guys on the PBA, who is your favorite bowler?
On the PBA?
Yes.
Oh, there it is. So 10 was the last one. I'm going to avoid that question.
Are you sure?
Well, I loved Earl Anthony when I was growing up, I'll say. But Pete Weber.
Pete Weber's.
I love the way he practices, and there's nothing like someone who works on their game like that. How about two? No, that one's
too thin.
All right, still got another fill.
My favorite is Jason Belmonte.
Oh yeah.
Belmo is by far one of the greatest bowlers ever. He's like the Tommy Olser at 10-pin.
How about that? Nope. 90.
Now, would you agree with that statement that Belmo's the Tommy Olser at 10-pin?
I haven't watched enough to have a strong opinion of that. Duncan takes 9 in the 9th, 99. Charlie Collins will win game 2.
Changing my
those put in his pants. You know, too tight.
So somebody on the chat asked where they can join a league,
He's gonna be well.
and they live in Westboro.
Oh,
Oh yeah, so it's these three guys. They're just basically rotation.
there are quite. There's a house in.
Come on, yeah.
There it is. That's a 10. Nice 10. 109 in the second. It's the house that Duncan actually started at in Northborough. Duncan, what's that house in Northborough? Sawyer's Bolodrome. Yeah.
Okay.
There's also a house in the 206, I think it's called, in Harvard.
Yep, that used to be the old Harvard Wings.
Yep. Third string coming up. Collins will start in the top.
29 pin league.
Make it happen now.
249 to 220.
No one saw it.
We had a Charlie from.
And also there's Putman too.
That's
Oh
right.
yeah.
There's a spare. Put, isn't Put?
Putnam Lane is in Fitchburg, though. That's I mean, you can bowl there, obviously out of Westboro.
And I think we're going to be there on.
First Saturday of every month, right?
Yep.
At 7 o'clock at Putnam Street King of the Hill monthly.
Well, it used to be the Masons King of the Hill.
That's right. The longest standing King of the Hill tournament in the game, as I understand it. Whoa! Strike on spare.
As
How
Paul
about
would say, wow. That one took no time at all.
Well, Kevin, I wanted to keep track of their strikes and spares, but we're here in the third string, and I did not. But that Collins has at least three. Had three coming in. I think he has 4 on the day.
Yep.
Hey, it's still do spare on strike here.
Duncan had 1. I don't know how many spares they had. I'm sorry. So we'll just make this a strikes chart.
Yep.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Oh. And we're going to need. All right.
39 through 3.
Over.
10 in the fourth, 49.
Keep going. I'm throwing it straight.
Elaine did not pick up that ball. Should pick up that one, though, and give him a reset. There it is. One of the better than the alternative when it sweeps before you've had your third ball. That can be really frustrating, but
I have seen that happen. I don't know how many times.
only once tonight.
Yeah. Well, let's not forget about Leader. Well, a little bit of a skip block.
Right.
It's a 3-1 split.
I don't have stats on these, but they're somewhere around 5%. Just from my memory.
Recollection.
Yeah, you can make the 3-pinner about 50% of the time. Getting that
Getting it
pin
to go
cross
over.
Yeah.
Target audio.
Good 9.
I don't want to say not fair, but
Sorry.
Oh,
He's at
49.
He's at 58 through 4, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I prematurely advanced his box.
Yeah.
Charlie started with a spare, strike in the fill, 9 in the fill and the strike.
Fine now. All right.
A 10 and a 9, and now he's looking at triangle left. That wood is not connected, not going to connect easily with the 7-pin. He's going to have to get something to move over there. Either the, let's see, bounces it.
Yeah, it was too far.
Yeah.
It was too far to the right. So the piece of wood did not cover the 7.
Yeah, you have to get that with either a lot of spin or something that deflects. I think he was trying to get it to get the wood to deflect the
And he's
4-pin
at
into it.
68 after 5.
Yep. He left 1 pin standing, And he got 19 pins in bonus with the 2 marks.
That's not the one. Oh, 1 point.
Collins, good start though for 120 bowler. Congratulations to Dave Barber, who took the clinched the
Pro Series.
the Pro Series average. Coming back, Jonathan Boudreau had led late into the season with a 124 and change. In the end, it was a 20-pin difference. Barber beat him with a 418 in his last away match on Friday. And I believe Jonathan was in the 370s.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Candlepin Bowl Network for the next couple of weeks is not covering the Friday Night Pro Week. Am I right?
I don't believe so. I know I'm out. Paul has been
Up in Maine covering.
covering many tournaments there. They love him there. I think he's looking at property or something.
I saw the pictures and I was like,
They love him. And he gets great ratings up there too.
Oh, yeah, he does.
We've had some great bowling in the Boston area recently, but frequently the ratings on those main APHs, the average plus handicap tournaments, those came in.
You know,
with huge ratings.
I do want to say one thing. James Pippert and Mark Smith won that tournament this past weekend.
Shannon, that was like her fourth in a row?
Fifth in a row.
She'd come in the fourth.
Now I remember Shannon when she first started. She was on fire. And I said to everybody, watch her climb through the ranks. She's going to challenge a lot of female bowlers records.
Okay, here's the break for Duncan. He's got the 1-3. Nope. Held on to that just a beat long. Yep.
Switch to him.
French toast. I think I left the witness on the
That is
Right on. Oh,
25.
Philip, you were home.
So
He's a really nice guy. We had him on for a while. He's just funny. Really funny guy. So we are in Ryan's.
there's back on the head pin and shakes, but doesn't knock down the 10. Wood looks good. A little bit off the pin, but
the one thing I'm worried about this, if you hit the cap on the wood that's straight,
oh dear.
Oh.
Oh dear.
The one thing I worry about with a shot like this is when you have the pin that's straight across, and then you have one on an angle. A lot can happen, but he manages to avoid it.
Said that he was getting cute there. I don't know if he was really trying to avoid the wood.
I don't think he was. A little
All right,
full.
that's the. This is the one. Well,
That's so full.
well, boy,
That's so full.
nice.
Now there's a brick.
And with that wood there, that's pretty darn good. 1-6-10 with a guide on the 6. Let's see. Yep.
Now you put it right through the bunny hole.
Single ball
Duncan started hot. Three marks to begin the game 1, and he's cooled off since then. That'll be a 44 half in the 3rd. Collins came on hot with a double strike and a 138 in game 2. Now leads by 24 after the first half. We're at the midway point. Double those scores, and that's where the bowlers are headed for their 5-string finale. Collins at 317 headed for a 634. Duncan 264 headed for a 528.
Oh, there it goes.
If they mirror that first half, which rarely happens, but
Yeah.
naked single here.
Right in the face.
Starting to do a little study of naked single pin offerings using the
I will-
semi-pros at the in Ryan's and Millis. There's a common belief that people are better at hitting single pins on their third ball than on their second. This is not the case. But I think it's because there's a little bit of a distortion in there. If you hit 7 on that fill at 85, if you just drop 9, you are bowling really well.
Yeah.
You're more likely to hit the next pin than you are if you chipped away at with a couple of balls at 9 pins and you're shooting it on a circle. So the real test, good bit on the high-low jack, but the 7 pin stands.
A little too full.
So anyway, in my first night of collecting data, I had over 120 cases of single pins across the whole league. 10 on that one, 95, and the average. These are semi-pros guys with averages, and some of the averages are down around 90.
Yep.
It was 38% on single pins on the third ball, and 42% on single pins on the first ball.
Yep. 95.
And we're in the 7th. Collins has 3 boxes on lane 16. Trying to put up a big number for Duncan to chase. Home bowler elected to go first. More and more the case now. Justin Waters started that trend last year. Danny Finn, of course, in the Bees, also elected to go first.
Wow. That
9 dropped. It was looked like a diamond, then it collapsed, shattered.
it's a diamond that was a girl.
It's now a chip.
Yep.
For the spare, it's good.
Oh.
Barry's at 105 and a ball through 8. Kevin, you were saying?
I forgot what I was going to say, but
Well, yeah, I think you're going to talk about the diamond.
no, I was going to talk about the high-low jack when Charlie had it, but which is my favorite shot, anyway.
Oh, nice ball, and that
5,
one,
8.
difference between
9,
that ball and a strike is almost nothing.
5, 8, 9, 10.
If you look at one of those that leaves the 5, 8, 9 plus one of the side pins,
Yeah.
what happens is both sides evaporate.
Yep.
You know, you basically are like making the 4 horsemen on one side and the first 3 on the other, and the ball just slips between it, and nothing touches the 5.
6
pin,
fill
nothing
for
touches.
111,
Yep.
and 8 for 120.
That's a 9, right? For a 120?
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, sorry. I saw what Charlie was trying to do on that shot. He was trying to sweep the wood into the diamond.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way you're making that. Oh, he almost took it on the back.
His ball's going to come back, but 129 plus this ball. How about a 130 for Collins?
Adding to his lead, he's at a 379 through 3 strings.
All right, so last game Duncan needed 85. This game he needs 86.
That's the game lead.
Okay, so Charlie, you've got a little kink in your sandwich.
The total pin lead is 115.
Because the bread
Whoa. All right,
3-1 split.
reduced the spin on that one, drove it straight through.
Now, Bob, what's the probability of making a spread eagle?
Those are 1%.
Okay.
I have a good sized sample on those, several hundred spread eagles without wood from pro bowlers, both classic channel 5 and modern Pro Bowlers after a qualifier. 8 in the 6.
Hit the head pin, drops 9.
Beauty.
Drops 9. Where's the 3 pin? What the 2 pin?
Oh no.
I'm not going to say what he was going to say, but we all know what he was going to say. He knew from the second he released the ball, he knew it was
Right,
going
the
to go.
pin rolls away. It's for a 10. All right. Hold himself together. Well, let's keep his average above 111 to stay in the A division next year.
There you go.
The next year there will be 4 divisions in the ACST, depending on signups. But we now are going to expand to a D division,
Which might be the division I might be in.
so
But I have to say one thing. I'm happy that this actually extended up into me.
into Maine, yes. They don't have divisions up in Maine, so sometimes you get people that are in the 1-0s going up against super pros like Carrier
And Mark Smith,
yeah, what?
70,
But,
70.
70 through 8.
Yeah, there's
But
the
they are
clear.
having a lot of fun. And I think we should try to get a league going in the Western Mass at some point. If I move out there, I'm gonna try to get a ACST started out there as well.
And also try finding a bowling alley and help you run it.
We'll see. Gotta convince the wife that that's a good plan.
Yeah, we all know what that's like.
Alright,
It's a full horseman.
there's 10. One more.
He's at 300. He's down by 79.
But as I was saying, one of the subplots here is that next year, depending on what your average is in your ACST, that's going to be the first determination on which division you're in, A, B, C, or D. Duncan came in as a 112. Right now, the cutoff would be at 111. Those with averages of 111 and higher are going to be in AA. 110 to, I believe, 104, maybe 105 will be in the Bs. There's a 10. That'll be a 90.
So Charles take that one for another.
Right. 5-1 is the lead in ACST points. We'll move to the 4th string. Collins leading off again on lane 15. Wow.
And
That's tough reward for that one. Is it a twin mattress bedpost, maybe?
yeah, we're going to have Steve Reno chase the pin for us. That's the 8-10. All I can say is pick your poison.
So one of our viewers, Craig Wester, is asking, are there leagues like this where you can bowl in different houses? It really is the ACST, where
Yeah.
it's the only traveling singles league. But there are 4 divisions, like I said. So
Yeah.
the way ACST works, there's a north and a south division, and then there's a main division,
Yeah.
right? And in north and south, there are A's, B's, and C bowlers. Good bid. He actually crossed it, but a little too deep.
Now, I know nobody has asked this yet, but is there going to be a female ASCT?
No, that's one of the reasons they went to A, B, C, and D, is that the pro versus semi-pro distinction that we used to have, 10 in the first for Collins, by the way. The pro versus semi-pro distinction would have been different. You know, like female pros were coming in around 102, 104, depending on how you know, which standard you're using. Male pros were coming in at now 110, but they really should be 114 now. They're 120. There are barely any 120s left in the game right now. We're trying to get them. You know, averages came up this year, but not nowhere near to where they were in the 80s.
My average this year dropped. I dropped 3 pins, but the funny thing is, when I was bowling with you on Easter, I was above my average the whole day.
Huh?
And it was like, where is this on lead?
All right, 18 in the second for Collins,
Now,
who started things off with 2 splits here. But to answer Craig's question, the ACST, although it's only one league, because there are going to be 4 divisions, really like 4 leagues. There's an A, B, C, and D North, and A, B, C, and D South, and then there's a 9th league out in Maine. And the bowlers choose a home house. Although Collins he chose Woburn as his home house. He's been going back and forth. I think he actually likes it here. He likes it here at Millis a lot. The conditions have been excellent for scoring, and a lot of people. It's not just that; it's the sliding. The footing is superior here to a lot of houses. As a home Millis bowler, I may be prejudiced. So 9 in the third, 27 pins.
okay, and as a leader bowler, I'm going to give him a shit.
Well,
because
lead is beautiful. It's not a scoring house right
no, it's not, because Lita just put in 36 lanes worth of new pins, and we all know what that was like.
And they are like ketchup bottles. They
They
don't
just
tip over easy.
they don't.
And you don't want you don't want your Coke bottles or your ketchup bottles tipping over. But
Oh no.
candy pins, you wouldn't mind if they tip a little knock once in a while.
Well, for the viewers who probably watched the Lita Pro Series event, and I did say
Oh, there's a spare in the
the
fourth.
difference with a new pin is that they're flat on the bottom. They're not rounded down. It takes a couple years for a new pin to get rounded down, like what these are. And
Has to be beaten senseless for a while.
until it cries, but that's another story.
All right, Charlie with a fill ball here in the 5th. Crosses past the head pin, 7 on that fill though.
Yeah, so it's probably closer to what we said. Well, hello, Nick.
Nope, no more questions.
Are you getting ready for the coronation or
How fast are they throwing? Are they both?
Collins has been throwing 41 all day. We'll give him another check. He had one at 42 earlier. Right.
Yeah, let's check this out.
Open in the 5th. My Jugs gun was still booting up. That's a 53 half for Collins, who's at 432 through 3.5 strings.
And we're going to see how fast Duncan throws his. Duncan buried the pocket. He drops 8 at 34 miles per hour. That ain't bad.
He's taken a couple off his. Well,
He
added
took
some spin and
he had a spin, but he took something off.
how about that one? No, he managed to hit everything on the plate except the pin that was.
And
stamped.
he's looking at it. He's like, "How did that not go?"
Yeah, well,
It's probably too much cap.
anything over here, but I think that was otherwise. There.
that time went.
There. We like it, right? 'Cause it's third ball.
Wood taketh away, then the wood giveth.
First one should have gone, and that one should have. I can't believe it took everything besides it. That was wild.
He had actually missed right, but he caught the tip of the wood for that 10.
I'm a big fan of the crown, and I know it's not.
The bowling guys giveth, the bowling guys give it away.
Yeah, one of the things that is, I think probably most of our listeners know I'm upset. There's a spare, nice smooth ball there. 20 in a ball through 2.
he has a lot of ground to make up to.
Got to focus on the 2 points at stake here in the fourth first. All right, gets good
Threw
action.
into the Atlantic, but he did get a break.
He's on the shore, on the coast there. I think you kept to go with 4 and the 6, the border of the the border, and he nicked the 3 pin on that. Out on George's bank.
Okay, I'll give you that.
That's a 7.
We could probably call the headpin Florida.
I think if you held on to that analogy, you'd have to go with Denver.
Okay.
That one.
Someone said they questioned
Different release there. That one curled in, but he still was moving left to right, curling right to left. Didn't quite cover.
That time was straight on.
Yep.
I'm noticing that he does have a left to right or a right to left.
Releasing with a lot of spin. Struggling to control it right now. 40 through 4. The game is a little bit more like you ever watch biathlon when the cross country skiers do target shooting?
Nope.
So the challenge there is that you're racing. Part of the game is a race and part of it's a target practice. It's not that we're racing here, but you are moving hard on the lanes. And then you have to get yourself poised so that you can shoot like a target shooter, like an archer, like a darts player at the end. So you have to be in the same position every time.
All right, 9 for a 49.
With a spare. Charlie with 4-pin lead in the fourth. That's 4-pin lead through 5 in the fourth string.
Okay, Charles on the line. First, the pocket drops 9 at 41 miles per hour.
About a dozen players in the game who throw in the 40s.
You know, I used to throw it hard until I hurt my shoulder, then I just started doing one step. There's another spare. When I started doing the one step, my accuracy has gotten so much better.
Yeah, you are justified here.
63 and the bonus. Right on the money in that.
It's a strike and spare.
Yep.
That's his 5th strike for the match.
Third time he's had a strike on spare too.
Yeah.
So, good timing on that.
That was perfect timing. How funny. I mean, you could just come to the chat every time like that. That's great.
A little full.
Eagle wing plus the triangle can help.
I've only seen the shot go once.
To the max. So really great.
Now he's left with the green
doing
church.
May not be today.
I actually almost made this shot once.
This one's called the Greek Church in 10-pin.
It's also called the Greek Church in Candlepin as well.
It's the hardest out. Let's see. That was a 5 fill on the strike though. So
Yep.
88 through the 7th.
Yeah, 96 for 8.
Oh,
Spread eagle plus the E pin.
A talon over there. You're talking on ripping the rack this week. There was a question about whether you aim for the 3 or the 4 in this situation. Tim Matero says it's just his
How
ball.
about this?
It's going! It's gone! Spread eagle down Millis style.
Spread
It's like
eagle.
the domino effect.
And let's not forget, he had the 8 pin in there too. So he made
That wasn't a.
an eagle with an extra pin.
Did he hit his target pin? Did he? He came in on. I think he came in on the left side.
He went
on the 4 pin, right?
Yeah.
And then the triangle that he hit sent something back. And another. That's the 4th strike on spares. I didn't even get a chance to put the marks up there.
Let me just say, after making a shot like that, filling it with a strike, a lot of the guys.
It's just cruel.
Yeah, it is.
It's at 116 through 9.
Oh, you threw that away, but you got a little bit of a break.
One,
You're still getting a break.
26.
It's
126 on the strike in the 10th. He's filling the 11th rack here.
gone.
That's 10 more, so
Another 130.
136.
That was funny.
He came out of the
I'm so upset because I wish I had your face.
out of a trough there.
I'm like, why did that happen?
5:15 through 4.
That was sick.
Yeah, and he's up to six strikes on the day. How about one for Duncan? No, won't go.
First it was blue, and then
Naked single pin.
yours blew out, and then Kendra came along.
He
There we go.
takes it this
There we
time.
go.
There's a run of 3 or 4 there that he missed. That he was real happy to see that one fall. Well, Brian Heffernan's coming in. He will be facing Collins next. And then after that, MacDougall will bowl Heffernan. Triple header.
Why do we have to collab?
Hey,
Oh.
9 drop and a spare again. Duncan. 68 through 6, now 78. In the 7th. Back on the field. Boom! All right. Now he's finding his object, though. 84 through 7 complete. It's
It
gone!
comes back.
It's gone! A beautiful pickup. That one.
Slane's magic, man.
Similar to Collins's
That's
spread eagle plus a talon a moment ago in the same box. Actually, Collins was in the 9th.
98 after 8.
Okay, big out coming. Facing 6 pins.
Two full.
Tough chop. Here it is.
103.
In the 9th.
And I have.
Trip down Route 28. You ever take Route 28, the McGrath Highway?
Here and there.
That's the way it goes. Going back. Why not? Do something weird. No.
Well, lately I've been taking Route 117. And
that'll be a 9-1-12 in the 12th, in the 4th. Not the 12th.
That's better. How about your shot?
Even my ice is sparkle back.
Duncan throwing his average, his ACST average in that game. Collins
is way over average. It's the 5th and final match, and of course, Charles takes another point.
Right, 7-1.
Another 2 points.
And let's mark those in yellow. Those 3 points.
Charlie with a 8 ball drops 8.
Oh, that was 6-7, I think. And in the first?
It was actually the 3-7.
Was it 3-7?
Yep. How many of those have we seen?
About 6. 6% of missed head pins turn into half Worcesters on either side. So it's, I think it's 12% when I looked at channel 5 bowlers on missed head pins. I was trying to understand, you know, how unusual things are. You have to miss by about 5 inches.
Yep.
If you're, you know, if you think the middle of your ball in the middle of the head pin over to the middle of the second pin, it's going to be about a 5-inch miss. That'll be
That was a good offer on that, though.
Grabs 4 on the right. Wood should help. I think it's laying across, either across or behind the 5 pin.
Looks like it's behind the 5. Oh, it's actually in between, I think. Yeah, it was in between.
All right, 10 here.
You'll often face that one when you're wild. Wiped out the left side or the right side. I don't have stats on how often the bundle of 6 that remains goes, but that's a big house dependent one too. It's like Lido where the pins roll forward.
Yeah.
It's you're more often liable to get the 5 pin to clear off the sidewalls. Second ball in the 4th. Looking at the horseman plus the 6-9. He got everything but the 9.
I thought that was going to go. I thought that was going to go.
Shrapnel was everywhere.
Yeah, it's an S10. One on the end, yeah, come on.
A lot of people don't realize that when you look at Candlepin, they see weird loops. They wonder, why does that happen? I'm going to tell you why. The pins are a lot more now. They're not as fat as a 10 pin. And anything can happen. It's all the edge. Nobody will ever throw a perfect game of Candlepin, which is 12 strikes in a row. It's never going to happen.
I bet a robot from Boston Dynamics will sometime in the next 20 years.
I actually heard a story.
Spare!
Bob, I actually heard a story from Bob Perrell that a robot tried doing it, and it only had 8 strikes in a row.
Mm-hmm. But as I understand, 60% of the balls that it threw were strikes.
Yeah.
That was who was it? That was the second announcer. 9 drop again. That wood straightened out. That's okay, I think. Yeah, well,
Well,
I don't mind it.
it's
It
actually
doesn't
not a
hurt.
bad piece of wood.
Let's go, bury it. Oh, he was right. He was right. Duncan
was
wins
actually
the
right.
argument,
It
but
was
he doesn't get the spare.
He was right. It was a roadblock, and I'm surprised it was.
No, he was. He had a bad. It was the double wood. It was crossed like a T on it, and it turned on it without taking the pin behind.
I thought it would have went either way. I thought so too.
Would have gone if you'd thrown it 55 miles an hour.
Was charged when you need him. Yeah, lovely. Pick your fence.
Ouch.
All parallel pins here,
So
Bob.
the problem here is Duncan's looking for justice, and there's relatively little of it where the pins are concerned.
Oh, you made the parallel pins.
Now this is an interesting piece of double wood too. He hits it you hit it exactly like you'd want to.
So mean.
It bounced back and not back.
And now
It's back toward the bowler instead of toward the 7-pin. Anyway, 19 through 2.
I'm listening to Duncan's commentary in the background, and he's like, blaming the pins for not go.
You got the tiger. Yeah, we didn't come up with one for Rob.
There's one. Right on the money. And all the pins in the middle are gone, but the 7-10 remain.
What's the percent rate of this going?
We don't have enough numbers to give you an accurate read on the 7-10. And I don't count them in wood. You can't judge them when there's wood. Ouch. Ouch.
What is not my friend?
You just said that wood is mean. Wood is indifferent, which can seem mean. How about that one? A beautiful ball right in the pocket, covering with a curl. That was the ball he wanted. Yep. You want to sit on the right side of the 4-pin or the left side? Probably.
I'm going right side.
Arr, everything goes again, but the 7-pin. Where have we seen that before? It's hard to believe the pin bounced back without hitting it. It bounced off the left wall right behind it.
Here we go.
37.
What's happening? I quote on Wild.
Okay, you knocked down a lot of pins with that clearing ball. That, of course, ball triggering was disabled. It does not count.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. Acton Velodrome, Spare Time in
Acton
Whistle.
Velodrome, right.
Spare Time in Whistle, and Bayberry and Spencer.
Yeah, Whitensville's within a half hour. Bayberry's across Worcester from it, but that, that's good. All right, Caleri leave wood behind the 1-2.
It is a guy. The guy hit the hairpin.
All right.
What's your favorite? You were probably because you tried to pick
All right, good 10, but a frustrating half.
Wow.
2 or 3 spares. It would not go for Duncan. 47 on that side. Collins had 48, but has a bonus ball coming up. Remember, he cleared the 4 horsemen plus a post in the 5th. Takes a warm-up slide.
There's no danger.
Get a little better view of Charlie's from the right side. Kind of interesting to watch his first step if you can follow it.
6 on the spare for a 54.
All right, nice
Wow.
ball. Not much happening with it though.
Just to plug that and stick it in. Her eyes.
Right through the
7.
uprights.
This one, this little guy smiling at me.
Collins now at 576 through 46 of 50 boxes. Ouch.
Can he do it again, Bob?
You don't have that piece in the back.
Used to call that one the COVID test.
Yep.
They made it clean, just saying.
Can he do it again?
In the early days, they like to stick the Q-tip up into your brain,
Yep.
squiggle it around a little bit.
You know what that's like? I have quite a few of those myself.
Had my first test in Proctor and ended up sneezing for like a half hour after 8 on that spread eagle.
My nose started running. It was like, why?
First ball in the 8th coming up next. He's looking at the setup. Doesn't like all 10 pins are there though.
It looks like the 5-pin is a little shorter than normal.
And
it does.
Well, it's probably rounded too. Though.
It's probably so rounded that.
5-pin is ball back behind the 1. It is not there anymore.
It's down a bit now.
So this is the 3, 4, 7. Charlie could try to make a trick shot.
Almost.
Blasting is a good idea.
Good bit. We got them here.
1 mark on the side for Charlie, none for Duncan.
There's a 10.
Could have come down to pinning like that. 79 in the 8th. Collins filled his spare with 6. He's had a 10, an 8, 2 more 10s, a 7, and an 8. And just finished with a 10 there.
You know, now that I'm looking at it, it looks like that the spot where the 5-pin is, it does look like it's a little bit more
Dip.
dip. Yeah. Oh my God!
He sent that piece that was behind. I think that was the 5
And we're
and
going
6.
to get another Steve Reno sighting.
Kevin, I'm gonna go
Go right ahead.
get myself a soda, will you?
I know, the concept of bowling around Egyptian times was the earliest form of it.
Alright, Steve clears out the pin.
Bowling, and then 9-pin was considered associated with swinging, time, and they outlawed it. So the joke is that they added more pins because they lost that 9-pin.
That just reset on Charlie.
No, I had it on DW. Really? Yeah. It was on DW, right? It was earlier tonight. We did it right. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, you do get the box over for that. Alright, so Charlie's going inside his 9th box over because the wing decided to reset.
Literally. That's because that wasn't my fault. It wasn't Duncan's fault.
Well, last time Collins was the beneficiary of that. Oh.
It was going to be a 10 anyway, so may as well get it.
Nope,
Oh, you were
it's a
gonna
nine.
miss it.
All
Okay.
right. Yeah.
Right, I love it. Now you're on.
You know, I thought you were gonna miss that single. So.
88 through 9.
Let's go. One
Collins.
Come on.
Now at 603
At least you're sitting before you head off to church.
for the 120 bowler has hit his average.
That's a break.
Wow. The 1,
Drive this one. It's gonna
the
go.
3, and the 9.
There it goes.
Nope. Okay, Duncan's gonna have a good chance to pick up a couple points
Makes me
here.
feel better about mine.
The shape of the form is a diamond, and the middle pin is color. You get. You don't want to get the middle pin.
Oh, I love
Mix
that.
it. And that'll be a 97. Go to 612 for Collins. Games of 111, 138, 130, 136, and 97.
We told everyone that if you end up going to an hour,
Over his average, so.
Yep.
they know.
I average 123, I guess, or 122 and a half. If it was 12 and if it was 12.5, it would be 122 and a half. All right, so he's
How about a diamond?
he's explored the Pacific and the Atlantic here.
And now you just go right through the plains.
All right. That's it. Hey, all the pins are big here, though. He needs a 50 half to tie, 51 to win. Now needs a mark.
Couple points on the line. Drop 6. At least the 1, the 2, the 4, and the 10. And no wood.
Right, I don't have a color for a tie. I've been highlighting in yellow the wings. Oh no, nothing was wrong with that bid.
Nope.
So
Accept
actually,
the outcome.
that's the joke of our when people prefer us together.
All right,
Goody.
each pin standing means that one more that he has to make if he makes a mark to win.
He's telling himself to calm down.
3 boxes to play.
He did get a break on that. That's a good break.
All right, 1, 2, 7, 8.
It's the 8. I want to say it's the 9 too. I want to say 7 pin is
Oh,
not.
sorry, 8, 9. 1, 2, 8, 9. Yep. Thank you. Yep. And he
Oh,
got
come
it
on, come
just
on, come on,
right.
come on.
Hey, it goes on the way by. Talk about your love taps. Now he needs decent fill. That's decent.
That's decent. It's respectable. And the
80.
wood
Easy.
is going to the pin.
Okay, now he has 1 ball left in the 9th, 3 in the 10th. He needs 18 pins. 8 of them are down. Okay, that's an 8, so 88. 10 to win, 9 to tie.
Well, let's not forget they opened up with a tie, and then there was all Collins after that.
Okay.
3-1 split. It's the 1, the 2, the 6, the 1, the 3, the 6, and the 7.
Okay. All right. 1 to tie, 2 to win, 1 7.
I play this as if you're playing the high-low jack.
And it's a tie, 2 ties. 97. Kevin, that's what we call a pillow fight.
Yep. And that
At the end, you know, Charlie went nuts in the middle. 3 games in the 30s. Take the total and
In
12 points to 2. I'll need to mark these other ones as ties, but that's your final score. Charlie Collins 6-12, Duncan MacDougall 5-19, and a 12-2 victory. Charlie is going to be bowling Brian Heffernan next, but we're going to sign off for now. And until then,
Until then, we'll be back on the air.
all right.
All right. This is Kevin Burns.